It's a high-stakes court hearing in Florida this morning for President Trump. There, Judge Eileen Cannon will decide when the former president's trial in the classified documents case will begin. Special counsel Jack Smith asking for July 8th, but the former president's attorneys want to wait until after the election. Let's bring in New York City trial attorney and former prosecutor Arthur Aidala. Arthur, no one else I'd rather spend my Friday morning with than you. Let's look into your crystal ball, sir. Does Trump get his wish?
I think he will. I mean, honestly, I've been doing this for a while, this whole legal analysis thing. And boy, is this a tricky one. You know, obviously, I'm here in New York, and the New York trial, which was the first one to be indicted, but because federal law trumps, pardon the phrase, state law, we figured that would be the last one to go. But now it appears that the New York trial, having to do with hush money and Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels is going to be the first one to go. That's supposed to happen on March the 25th. Then the United States Supreme Court has ruled that they are going to listen to Donald Trump's lawyers about whether he has immunity in the Washington, D.C. case, which now puts that way back down on the calendar. Then, I mean, as you reported earlier at the top of the hour, the Georgia case, which my firm, we represent Rudy Giuliani. We've been watching this nonstop. If that judge, who is in a, as your correspondent accurately said, is in a very difficult position because it seems like those lawyers, meaning the district attorney and the special prosecutor, perjured themselves on the stand. And if that judge says, yeah, I don't feel comfortable considering a case of this magnitude, the former president of the United States, the former mayor of the city of New York, going on trial under these unique circumstances, I don't feel comfortable with this prosecution team. I'm assigning a new prosecution team. That's going to get punted at least 6 months.
Yeah.
So now you go down to Florida. And I mean, a federal judge basically getting in the way of another human being running for president of the United States when they're a front runner, you know, that judge has a difficult decision to make.
So much to keep up with. I mean, it's mind-bending.
My crystal ball is blowing up, Mackie. My crystal ball is blowing up.
Yeah, it's changing colors every 5 minutes. I also understand, Arthur, that prosecutors in this documents case, they want to ask potential jurors about their political beliefs, their political histories, like whether they believe the 2020 election was stolen, if they've ever donated to a political campaign, ever attended a rally, ever displayed a bumper sticker. The list goes on and on. How difficult is that going to be to nail down an impartial jury in the middle of such a wacky election year?
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, I was one of the trial attorneys on the Harvey Weinstein case in the height of the Me Too movement, in the height of his name and all of that being everywhere. And I've been involved with other high-profile cases, you know, that are really involved in the city of New York, and you're trying to get impartial city jurors. A lot of times it comes down to a one-on-one conversation with the jurors. Because, you know, look, both sides want, well, that's not true. If you want to know the truth, here's a little secret. We don't want a fair jury. You want a juror who's on your side. The prosecutor wants a juror who's on their side. The defense wants a juror who's on their side. So you try to split the difference and say, okay, who's going to be fair? And you just sometimes a judge will say, all right, we're going to do this one-on-one. And it could take months, M-O-N-T-H-S, months to pick a jury.
Yeah, and then I'm sure you're worried about jurors who aren't telling the truth, right? I'm sure you're also worried about jurors who are, you know, they want to say in this, and they're not going to hand over a lot of that information, like what the back of their car says. Yeah. You
could not be more correct.
Yeah.
When we were picking the jury on the Harvey Weinstein case, we would have jurors in these one-on-one sessions swear to us, promise us, oh, I can be fair, I can be impartial. There's no doubt, oh, Mr. Weinstein deserves all of the protections of the Constitution. And for whatever reason, we would dismiss them and then go on their Facebook page or their Twitter account, and they'd be like, I was almost on the jury. I couldn't wait to hang this guy. I was going to send, I already thought he was guilty. And we were like, wow, they lied right to our face. So it's a very difficult test.
Yeah, I can't imagine. And which case or which of these trials actually gets put to bed before November? It's all fascinating to watch unfold in real time. Arthur Aidala, good to see you, sir. Thanks.
Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Happy Friday to you, too.